Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Side quest September spreadsheet guide. Spreadsheet is now updated. It now has the version 2, as I did promise with that one. So yeah, one thing I've been trying to do for the last few days is build out, or find a time to build out this spreadsheet, which had been a bit of a mess beforehand. So what I've done is I finally got that, how the side quest works, also some tips, which the one I mentioned in the video earlier today, obviously is there. Once you have done all tiers, you use your remaining crests in the most difficult tier you can do for the rest of the month. Honestly, that's something that had to be explained. So yeah, so the tabs have been reworked and improved. We're going to go over them in a minute. Or they've been more options per champion has been added to it, and it's all centered around, of course, the side quests, Gladiator, Gladiator Gauntlets, all the tiers, and I Am an Empire. One thing that needs to be added is the Paragon difficulty. I'm just trying to find the time at the moment, because obviously I'm making YouTube videos. We're covering stuff that's relevant within the game at the moment. Battlegrounds kind of options, you name it, news and information. Just trying to get as much as possible. Incursions I've been trying to do as well. So I'm going to get the event done, then do it, then do it, and then make a big stonking video guide. Hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, maybe Friday. Just time, isn't it? Time and trying to get everything done is always a bit of a tricky one, but we'll get there. I'm looking forward to kind of grinding that content. But yeah, so I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that's been getting involved with the comments. Read through and added all of the options that players said about, from the best counters for the gauntlets, tiers 4 to 7. We did an update for I Am an Empire, best options. I saw your comments, added some in from that. And also we did an update for this one here, which is the best counters for Gauntlet tier 8. So that's a video on its own. So yeah, all of that particular information from those 3 videos has now been added to the spreadsheet, which is brilliant. So thanks very much everybody got involved with the comments. Also, there was somebody in the comments that said like they seemed triggered by the fact that the way that I pronounce certain champions. I mean, I say Shang-Chi as Shang-Chi because, and I don't say it with a hard O. People seem to like hear things in a way that they're like, that's the hard O. Do bear in mind, Sima or Sima Yi, do you know what? Someone will probably get triggered about that as well. People get triggered. I don't care anymore, honestly. It's like, why should I care so much about the way that people... In my mind, I'm trying to say it the way that it's not... It just comes out weird. I'm from not Devon. I'm from the West Country, which means that by proxy, I should sound like a hobbit for the entirety of my existence. Do I try and give you that? No. Do people still pick up on the twang? Yes. Man, people are weird. There's nothing I can change that. That's a true statement. People are weird. I'm weird. You're weird. People pick up on the weirdest things. Doing YouTube. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. To the point. Spreadsheet. And this is the main thing right here. Lots of amazing comments. Lots of amazing kind of additions, ideas. Apologies, because I did put in I did see as well comment where I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have put that in. So I've updated the I Am an Empire to, I've removed, no, not an I Am an Empire, the tiers, which we'll have a look at in a second. So yeah, some amazing suggestions and ideas. I think it was Ultron was recommended by the grand scheme, and we've got, someone said Rocket. You know, if that worked for somebody, it worked for somebody when it came to the tech options. Someone used Cat Wilson. I mean, Ghost is a no-brainer because it depends. Like, people like Ghost. Hell yeah. You know, if you're into that, brilliant. Stark Spidey. Well done. I applaud that. I didn't add it in the Mystic options, but somebody said they used Mangog. I got a lot of respect for that. That was, that's pretty cool. I did actually use Spidey Supreme, and I didn't put the footage into the video, but I didn't put it into the spreadsheet. I actually found that it was kind of like, what were my issues? The problem is I did at some stage, like with some options where I've started, I'm like, well, they're incinerate immune. And a lot of people were kind of like going towards that kind of area of going like, look, well, if you might get clipped, you might get incinerated. So it became a bit of an issue with that. So, see a problem, fill a problem. And that was the case. So it was good to kind of like note that people were either using the Poison Curse for power control with Black Widow Clairvoyant, or they were going into the Incinerate based mode in order to kind of like get immunity. So, fair play. I like magic. Doctor Doom, of course, is a no-brainer. And it was nice to see Hood. This was a new addition. Somebody used Hood. Oh, and Absorbing Man. That was one that I missed off because, look, you just switch into your magma mode. Or you be your magma. I don't have Absorbing Man. I'm jealous of everybody that has him. One day I'll get him. And then the world will be a nicer place. Lady Deathstrike. Can't remember if I had that in late or early. But yeah, Iron Man is still a stonking option. I don't think any champion when it came to the caped options were necessarily good. Somebody used Hyperion like that. I think any, really. Any caped without any kind of restrictions. But if you've been using some of the ones that were caped in some of the tech or mystic side of things, then of course, familiarity. See, people get funny with me saying that the wrong way. Familiarity. God. I said that like a hobbit. Familiarity, or go down there, Mr. Frodo. Oh yeah, Frodo Baggins, you know. Thank God I do not speak like that. Any case, look, updates on these tiers. Didn't get a huge amount when it came to updates, except for the tier 5. Interesting. I did actually forget to put Iron Man in. Somebody did mention that. That was a great suggestion. Howard the Duck. People were using Howard the Duck against Colossus. People were also talking about out-damaging Colossus with the Magneto. Look, if it works, it works. But as I said, there are some really kind of decent cheese options. Your Black Widow Clairvoyant, your Gallon, your Hulkling. Fantastic options. They are just quintessentially decent options, depending on, you know, where you sit. I don't think we added any more kind of additions to the tier 7. And for some reason, when I exported this spreadsheet, I had a problem with like all the images just seemed to like, I don't know what happened to the images. They all just kind of like turn into that kind of meme where it's like a I say it's wide Putin meme. People who know about that know about it. It's like an old meme. It's an old joke. But in any case, bum 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 bum. That one. Any case, right. Cosmic Ghost Rider I think was added into this one as a counter for Red Hot. Maybe it wasn't. In any case, I definitely know for tier 8 we added in a lot of things, a lot of suggestions. To be honest, most champions work. It just works. They just work. But there's a lot more that can be very, very helpful. So the additions to this are, when it comes to like going up against Terex, we had Absorbing Man. That was a great idea and addition. That's in there on the guide. Black Widow Clairvoyant. Hulk Ragnarok. I have, as I said, removed the text because I just kind of felt that... The thing is, I've had difference of opinions on that matter. Some people said to me that it works against Storm, others not. But I think there might be a bit of confusion. I think this is always good when people say what tier it's associated with, because maybe it was on the forums, that information. Maybe I didn't read it right. Maybe they didn't put it right in the right places. But that could have been referring to the other Storm in the other difficulty. Possibly not. I don't know. It's terrible to guess these things. But look, Hulk Ragnarok. We've also got Kingpin, of course, because the armor breaks and kind of like, you know, becoming overpowered. Works quite well. Yep, Hulk Ragnarok. And then going into like Mojo, the Mojo fight. Magneto, maybe, because it's hashtag metal. There's 2 hashtag metals in there. Hulk, because Hulk smash. Hulk destroy Mojo. Hulk like smash. It fun times. That's the thing. Not quite literally the thing. And then when it comes to Unstoppable Colossus, Hulk, again, people were recommending that. Using the passive parry with Magneto, White Magneto, but it's a hashtag metal, so it could work in any case. Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen is another option. People were using Spider-Gwen against that. It just depends on how you're setting up your team. And then Magneto, of course, because it's hashtag metal. How did I forget that? But yeah, it's just a case of how you're deciding to set up for your team. Do you have any of these particular ones to cover these 3 champions? 3 of any of these, by the way. 3 of any of these to then cover your fights. Like, if you've got Archangel, Archangel can do 3 of the 5 fights. You know, do you have Hercules to do most, if not all, of the fights? Do you have Hulk to do what, 3 of the 5 fights. You know, it's just a case of like answering against those questions with those answers. Do you have them? Do you not? What works? What doesn't? And a lot of the time that'll be the case. Just like, you know, trial and error. Which one of these reigns supreme? And yeah, that's really it. That's really it for the video. As I said, link in the description to the updated guide. I will probably have to do one more with a Paragon side of it guide, and that as in Paragon Gauntlet. But we'll cross that bridge hopefully towards the end of the week. Got a lot of things to cover between now and tomorrow, including Kabam's maybe a little bit of a worry when it comes to the Unity situation and how other game developers at the moment are deciding to pull their games from Unity because it might mean that Kabam might have to raise prices. Possibly. It may be something we'll have to look at. But yeah, I'll see you later on tomorrow for that video, as well as Battlegrounds related Did Victory Seeding Improve Things video. So many videos to make. Thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on the screen right now. I'll see you all in the next one, and check out the spreadsheet for those that are interested. Much love, everybody. Bye-bye.